Let's take you live to Leafs head coach Sheldon Keefe, who's talking to reporters.
And not on the offensive side nearly enough. So they can't get any positive momentum. It can't get going that way, and it impacts their numbers and all those kind of things pretty dramatically because the offense just hasn't been there. Defensively, they actually haven't given up very much, more than anything they ever gave up in the regular season. But look at their numbers as a whole. It looks bad, but it's offense is lacking, and that's an issue for our whole team.
How would you assess that power play in the last game systematically compared to actually the results in game one?
I missed the first part of the question. Sorry.
How do you assess the power play? Did you
I liked a lot about it. We were 6 for 6 on our entries and setups. Got spent lots of time in the zone. Lots of puck time, more than enough scoring chances to score. You got to make good on your chances, though. We got to find a way to get in the net. That's really it. I'm sure they'll make adjustments today. Our guys, look at some different things and see what they can do. But in terms of process, there's not a lot there we would have done differently in game one because I thought we generated, like I said, lots of puck time, lots of good looks. Some of our best players having real clean looks at the net. So just stay with it.
Why is now the right time to bring Lafferty back?
He's got a lot of pace to his game, and we think that can help. That's really it, to be honest. We're just kind of looking at keeping him involved. Obviously, when we first sat he and Aston Reese together, when we went 11-7, it didn't intend to keep him out for the 2 games, but that's just the way that it worked out. Having Bunting back in the mix, changes the dynamic of that line a little bit. And, so the speed factor is one thing. Getting Kerfoot back on the left side is one thing. So it's just, kind of looking at all those different factors and making a decision to get him in.
How do you guys execute playing more offensively 5-on-5 on the other end?
Well, I got to spend less time in our end. I didn't think we had it. We didn't have a lot of issues breaking out the other night. It was more so just extended time in our zone. So that's a big part of it. Second period was really good in a lot of areas that way. So more of that type of play would certainly help us.
When you watch some of the other playoff teams right now, you can see definitively who those teams are. Have you guys played enough Maple Leafs hockey in the playoffs?
I think we always want to look. You always want to be on offense more. I think that a couple things. Our top guys, Matthews especially. I think anytime he was on the ice in the Tampa series, I think very much it looked like the Maple Leaf hockey you're used to seeing. But our group has changed. It's not the Maple Leafs teams that you're used to seeing all over the years and talking about and all these. Like the group has changed, so the look of the game is going to be different, and the wins are going to look different. So I think there's some of that you're seeing that is it is different. We've lost some of this, maybe the speed and skill and ability to transport the puck that we've had in the past. But we're a lot more competitive and defensively responsible and all these kind of things. So sometimes the games are going to look a little differently. But that said, we would like each line to be able to get on the attack and play more out of our end. It hasn't happened enough for us consistently. Like I said, I think our top people have been pretty good in that regard. But we've defended well. We've been smart. We've been responsible. We made mistakes the other night that we didn't make in the Tampa series. And that's why we're still playing today, because we didn't make those mistakes very often in the Tampa series. I think that's where we've gotten better. I think we're a much smarter team in terms of how we play, much more experienced, much more diligent that way. So it may not always look the way that we want it to, but we believe that the process is there good enough that we won't beat ourselves. I thought we beat ourselves in a lot of ways the other night, not to take anything away from Florida, because they certainly played a great hockey game and made it tough on us. But there's some mistakes there. You clean that up and you score on a couple of your chances, all of a sudden you're on the other side of it. And I think really that's really what we're looking to do, is get on the right side of it.
Can you take anything
One
from
last
the
question.
Tampa series in terms of how the team responded from game 1 to game 2?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can't help but to do that. Obviously, that's not what we want to do. You'd like to be up 1-0 and all of that, but you have been through it, so you have the confidence with that. You can't just lean on that. You can't just expect that it's going to happen. We have to prepare differently, you know, in the sense that it's a different opponent, make different adjustments and discuss different things and put the focus in different areas. But yeah, the mindset and the confidence that comes from having found our way back and to get the split here at home and then get it on the road and do the job on the road, like all those things certainly give the group confidence. But you know, you've got a team on the other side here now. When you get into round 2, it's the difference. The other team on the other side, they've dealt with all sorts of different things and done really well and found their way through it. So the challenge becomes greater in that regard. So we're not certainly settling for the fact that because it happened before, it's going to happen again. You got to get out on the ice and make it happen. Thanks.